How's it going, guys? In today's video, we're going to be checking out whether it makes sense to pick up the 2015 MacBook Pros in 2021 and moving forward into the future. Does it really make sense as a viable option? Let's go ahead and check out what we think. Here we have today the 13-inch 2015 MacBook Pro. This one in particular has an i7, dual-core i7, 3.1 gigahertz, and also 16 gigs of RAM. And we also have a 15-inch MacBook Pro 2015. This one has the 2.2 gigahertz i7, so the one that is not prone to thermal throttling as much as the higher-end 2.5 or 2.8 gigahertz options. And of course, having 16 gigs of RAM, it's the only RAM option that you can configure the 15-inch MacBook Pro from 2015 with. So having 16 gigs of RAM typically is plenty for nowadays. So we definitely recommend if you pick up a 13-inch, one that has 16 gigs of RAM is certainly going to last you a lot longer than one with, say, 8 gigs. And luckily, you can't even get one with 4 gigs since in 2015 they didn't even offer it as an option. So here we go. Let's go ahead and check out some tests with these computers. So one of the first tests that we will perform is a single-threaded benchmark. One way we like to show how these computers perform against each other in normal use would be something like Geekbench 5 or an Octane benchmark. As you can see here, the 2015 13-inch model scores pretty much identically in Octane, and also single-threaded score in Geekbench is pretty much identical between the two systems. However, when you get up to those multi-threaded workloads, the 15-inch MacBook Pro definitely pulls ahead as it has a quad-core processor with hyper-threading versus the 13-inch model's dual-core with hyper-threading. Being 3.1 gigahertz, however, does pull ahead in some single-threaded tasks. However, most things are moving to being multi-threaded nowadays, so it might be advantageous for you to look into getting a 15-inch. Another reason to pick up the 15-inch MacBook Pro over the 13-inch MacBook Pro would be the speakers. The speakers on the 15-inch MacBook Pro are significantly better. If you take a listen here on this audio clip, as you listen, the 13-inch kind of sounds tinny and light versus the 15-inch has a more full and handles the mid-range a lot better. Moving on to the screens, the 13 and 15-inch both have an identical pixels per inch or DPI on each screen. However, you do get a little bit higher resolution screen when it comes to the 15-inch. Both of them are approximately 2K resolution, so if you're doing like photo editing or graphics, you can definitely get a really crisp image out of either option. However, if you need more screen real estate, it's probably again worth going up to the 15-inch for the little extra money there. Gaming is not something that these systems are really made for. However, sometimes we do see people picking up these systems for things like Minecraft and lightweight Steam games like Half-Life 2, Garry's Mod, or Team Fortress. These definitely can handle games just like that. However, we're going to test this against the 2012 13-inch MacBook Pro for a baseline score, and we're also going to show you how well these computers perform against that. Say if you're currently using a 2012 MacBook Pro, you'll definitely see a performance jump when you move up to the newer architecture that the 2015 models have to offer. As you can see, the 2012 MacBook Pro does perform okay in Minecraft nowadays. However, you're going to be seeing frame times anywhere from 10 to 25 frames per second when you're in a scene in which there's a lot of graphics or blocks around. So ultimately, if you tune down the graphics settings, you'll have a much better experience on that machine. If you go up to a 2015 MacBook Pro, you're going to have the ability to be able to run the game at a lot better or higher graphics settings at a much better frame rate. As you can see, the 2015 13 and 15-inch, they get similar frame times, near up to 60 frames per second in most places or most instances, but you're going to hang around the 30 to 45 frames per second range when you go up to the 2015 MacBook Pros when it comes to Minecraft and other games similar. Alright, and aside from gaming performance, and moving on with what we'll recommend and talk about with these laptops, our customers definitely pay attention when they're buying a used machine. So when it comes to doing things like photo, video editing, or even light music production, picking a 15-inch MacBook Pro is definitely going to be a lot better and have more performance when it comes to being multi-threaded. Those applications really appreciate having a quad-core processor versus the dual-core processor that the 13-inch will contain. So if you want a little bit of a jump in performance and longevity, go with a 15-inch versus a 13-inch. However, you can definitely save a lot of money, or if you need a lot of storage, you can pick one of these up with more storage, or pick one of these up with less storage and more performance, which really allows you to have a lot of options. Alright, and if you like what you saw in today's video, please drop us a like and also leave us a comment in the comment section letting us know how we did, and also let us know what other types of videos you'd like to see from our channel. Also, be sure to hit the notification bell with the subscribe button to get notifications and updates when we post videos like this. Again, thank you for watching the Apple Exchange's YouTube channel, and have a wonderful rest of your day.